Hey there, 8th graders! A massive welcome to today's explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled to explore this topic with you today because, well, the concepts we're getting into are kinda a total game changer. We're stepping into a space that bridges the gap between just doing math and truly understanding the language of logic. It's called the logic of truth, justifying your mathematical reasoning. And hey, whether you consider yourself a total math whiz or someone who, occasionally wrestles with the numbers, this explainer is designed to unpack a literal superpower, the ability to clearly, confidently, and effectively communicate your thinking. Let's get started.
So, picture the scenario for a second. You're taking a math test, your pencil is just flying across the page, and you finally arrive at the bottom line. You write x equals 5, you draw a big, satisfying box around it, and you drop your pencil. You're feeling great. But I have a question for you. Is getting the right answer actually enough? Is dropping a naked answer on a piece of paper really the ultimate goal of mathematics? Well, I want to challenge that idea today. I'm going to suggest that if you're only focused on that final number, you're missing out on the absolute most powerful part of your education.
All right, let's jump straight into section 1, beyond the right answer.
Okay, let's dive into this. Our core big idea for the day is exactly this. It's not just about getting the right answer, it's about showing how you got it. We are shifting our mindset right here, right now, from just being calculators that spit out numbers to becoming communicators who can explain a journey. Think of it like this. Math isn't just a destination, it's a journey. Imagine you tell your friends you just climbed the highest mountain in the world. They're going to be like, no way. How did you do it? What route did you take? How did you get past those steep cliffs? Now, if your only response is, I'm just at the top, well, no one learns anything from your journey. And frankly, they might not even believe you. Math is exactly the same way. We need to see your trail. We need to see the logic of your truth.
Which brings us to section 2. Always be prepared.
This actually builds into something way bigger than just algebra. It connects this mathematical habit to a lifelong skill. To really get at the why behind explaining your reasoning, look at this incredibly relevant scripture. Always be prepared to give an answer with gentleness and respect. In math, and honestly in pretty much every aspect of your life, it is profoundly important to be able to explain your reasoning. Other people should be able to look at your work, follow your steps, and understand exactly how you reached your solution. Taking the time to do this builds deep, solid confidence in your own thinking. It proves you aren't just guessing. But more than that, communicating clearly and respectfully is a life skill that honors God and actually helps other people learn from your steps. It literally transforms you from a student into a teacher. So what exactly are we going to master today to become these excellent communicators? We've got 3 main targets. First, you're going to learn how to explain your math thinking, both out loud and on paper. Second, you'll learn how to justify every single step in your solution. No magical leaps allowed. And third, you'll learn how to identify errors and correct them with solid evidence. Seriously, if you can nail these 3 things, you possess true mathematical literacy. Moving right along to section 3, how to justify your steps.
All right, it's time to roll up our sleeves and get into the practical mechanics of this. How do we actually write out a mathematical explanation that hits all the right notes? Well, here is your golden roadmap. 3 simple, non-negotiable steps. Step 1, label each step. Don't just give us a messy jumble of numbers, organize it. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3. Step 2, use complete sentences. And yes, I know you're in a math class, but English still applies. Sentences show a complete logical thought. And Step 3, use math vocabulary. Don't just say, I moved the number over. Say, I used the subtraction property of equality. This is exactly what math teachers are looking for, guys. It proves you speak the language.
Let's actually see this in action. Take a look at a plain, naked x equals 5. That is a pretty poor explanation, right? It tells me absolutely nothing about your brain's incredible work. But compare that to, first, I used the distributive property. Do you see the difference there? That clear communication is brilliant. It's undeniable. It invites the reader in and essentially says, here is the logic of my truth. Which leads us to section 4, the checkpoint challenge. Okay, this brings us to a checkpoint. Today, there's a mini quiz to see how well you're understanding linear equations, followed by a very special task. Here is your mission, clearly laid out. You don't have to write a giant essay for every single problem. Trust me, that would take all night. So the crucial point is this. Pick one problem, just one, and write out a full, detailed explanation of exactly how you solved it.
By picking a single target and fully justifying it with those 3 golden rules we just talked about, you prove to your teachers and, way more importantly, you prove to yourself that you deeply understand the process. So here are your 5 options. You could tackle problem 1, 3x plus 6 equals 21. Or problem 2, 4 times the quantity of x minus 2 equals 16. Maybe you want to really challenge yourself with variables on both sides in problem 3, 5x minus 4 equals 2x plus 8. Or problem 4, 2 times the quantity of x plus 5 plus x equals 18. Or, if you love a good roll puzzle, take on that word problem in number 5, figuring out the price of movie tickets compared to concert tickets. Just pick your target, solve it, and then justify it beautifully.
And finally, Section 5, Education with Morality.
As we wrap up this explainer today, I actually want to slow our pacing down just a bit. This lesson is part of the Heroesmartacademy Godly Learners series, and the core philosophy here is intertwining biblical morality with education. Now, why do they do this? Because learning how to justify a math problem is framed as just a tiny piece of a much larger puzzle regarding who you are becoming as a person. The core philosophy of this curriculum asks a really sincere question. What is the point of being incredibly smart, passing all your tests, and becoming highly educated if you step out into the real world and continue to make bad choices that hurt yourself and hurt the people around you? I really want this thought to sink in. Education without morality will hurt. Intellect is basically a tool, right? Just like a hammer. A hammer can build a beautiful house, or it can tear one down entirely. A sharp mathematical mind, the ability to argue logic, a growing education, these are all tools. But according to this series, those tools absolutely must be guided by strong, godly character. Because without a moral compass, raw intelligence often just leads to selfish or destructive decisions. But there is an incredible alternative presented here. Look at this promise from Romans 8. It promises peace of mind to everyone who keeps their mind spiritual. When sharp, brilliant minds are aligned with God's moral principles, pursuing truth, gentleness, respect, and proper justification in your actions just as much as your math homework, the result is profound peace. According to this curriculum, this isn't just a nice theory. Engaging with this godly content and living it out brings a grounded, unwavering peace of mind. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought for today. How will you use your education to make choices that bring peace and help others? As you sit down to write out the justification for your math problem tonight, remember that you are practicing a much, much larger life skill. You're learning to clearly and respectfully explain your choices. So use your brilliant minds well, lead with character, and I honestly can't wait to read your rock-solid mathematical justifications tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.